Welcome to this explainer. I'm your host, Dr. Chem, and today we're embarking on what I can only describe as a cinematic journey to reveal the hidden chemical fingerprints of our universe. We are going to explore a technology that fundamentally changes how we perceive the world. We'll be taking a trip from breathtaking views of Earth from space down into futuristic laboratory environments and straight into the literal molecular makeup of matter itself. So let's dive right in.
Now, I want you to imagine looking out at a forest, an agricultural field, or even just a cityscape. To our human eyes, and honestly, even to conventional cameras, we're only seeing a tiny, tiny fraction of what's actually there. We're virtually blind to the vast majority of the light spectrum. But what if you could see beyond visible light? What if beams of light could be decoded to reveal the exact chemical and structural composition of every single leaf, rock, or droplet of water you're looking at? See that narrow little slit we call visible light? That's roughly 400 to 700 nanometers, and that is the absolute limit of human vision. But hyperspectral imaging, or HSI for short, completely shatters that limit. It captures hundreds of contiguous narrow bands of light. It extends way out from the visible, deep into the near-infrared and shortwave infrared regions, going all the way up to 2,500 nanometers. So it's not just taking a simple picture, it's capturing a continuous spectral signature, a totally unique chemical fingerprint for every single point in a scene. Section 1. Inside the data cube, mapping the unseen. So when we use a hyperspectral camera, we aren't just snapping a flat image. We're actually generating what's known as a hyperspectral data cube, or a hypercube. Think of it as this glowing, incredibly dense, three-dimensional tensor of data forming right there in space. Instead of a pixel just telling you, hey, this spot is green, it gives you a complete, high-resolution, continuous spectral signature. It essentially graphs exactly how that specific spot reflects light across hundreds of different wavelengths. The absolutely crucial point here is how this cube is actually organized. The X and Y axes, well, they give us our spatial dimensions. They show us exactly where things are, just like your standard smartphone photo. But that Z axis, that deep depth you see forming, represents the spectral dimension. By slicing through that Z axis, you aren't looking at depth in physical space. You are looking at precise chemical identity. You are literally seeing what things are made of, molecule by molecule. Section 2. The hardware, bending light into data. Now, capturing one of these hypercubes requires a highly orchestrated three-step pipeline. First up, an optical assembly of lenses and mirrors collects the incident light bouncing off our target. Second, and frankly, this is where the magic happens, an imaging spectrometer uses diffraction gratings or prisms to cleanly disperse that light into its separate, narrow wavelength bands. And finally, a highly sensitive detector array captures those spectrally dispersed photons and digitizes them into a measurable electronic signal. If you follow the light as it enters the objective lens, passes through a narrow entrance slit, and then hits the dispersive element, you'll see it's a literal masterpiece of physics and engineering. From there, the raw digital numbers are captured and pushed straight through a calibration software. We apply radiometric and atmospheric corrections to turn those raw photons into standardized, highly accurate surface reflectance data. But how do we actually, practically, scan a scene? Well, we've got a few different strategies up our sleeves. Consider spatial scanning, often called push-broom scanning. This is incredibly common on aerospace drones and satellites. It sweeps across the landscape line by line as the vehicle flies forward. Contrast that with snapshot imaging. Thanks to modern miniaturization, we can now grab that entire 3D hypercube in a single exposure without moving the camera at all. And let me tell you, this is revolutionizing handheld and real-time medical applications. Section 3. The contrast. Good versus better. Think about your standard RGB camera. It captures just three broad bands, red, green, and blue. Great for family photos, right? But it gives us virtually zero chemical detail. Then we have multispectral imaging, which we use a lot on standard satellites. That gives us somewhere between 5 to 20 discrete bands. It's fantastic for mapping broad patterns, like general vegetation health. But hyperspectral? It captures hundreds of contiguous bands. While multispectral might tell you a plant is stressed, hyperspectral provides such incredibly high spectral detail that it can tell you exactly which nutrient the plant is missing or identify the specific mineral composition of a rock from a mile away. Section 4. Real-world applications. From space to surgery. Out in the real world, specifically in precision agriculture and environmental monitoring, HSI is an absolute game changer. Imagine fleets of autonomous drones flying over massive agricultural fields. They're using hyperspectral vision to detect early plant stress, disease, or drought days or even weeks before any visual symptoms would ever appear to the human eye. We can assess nutrient levels, map soil composition, and even track completely invisible pollution events in oceans and rivers. It empowers farmers and environmentalists to manage resources precisely where they are needed, protecting fragile ecosystems. This isn't just neat data. This is how we are going to secure the future of our global food supply. By transforming that raw spectral data into meaningful insights, we essentially go from pretty, colorful images to highly specific action maps. By matching the spectral signatures from our hypercube against known chemical libraries, the software automatically highlights different crop yields, specific tree species, and even atmospheric aerosols. It's literally reading the chemistry of the Earth. Pivoting down to the microscopic level, HSI is equally revolutionary indoors. In biomedicine, for instance, its label-free nature allows for the real-time, completely non-invasive detection of tumors during complex surgery without needing any harsh chemical dyes. Over in the realm of forensics, it can uncover aged blood stains or hidden trace evidence at crime scenes that would otherwise be completely invisible. Industrially, it spots tiny contaminants on incredibly fast-moving food production lines. And remarkably, it can even peer beneath the surface of historical paintings to uncover brilliant forgeries or hidden underdrawings. It's almost like having a superpower. Section 5. The AI Frontier. Taming the Data. Okay, let's weigh the scales here for a second. The advantages are just unparalleled. Non-destructive, highly specific, label-free remote sensing. Sounds perfect, right? But what about the challenges? Well, a single hyperspectral image can be gigabytes in size, so we're dealing with immense computational requirements. Plus, the instruments themselves are expensive, and calibrating them to account for atmospheric distortion or lighting changes is mathematically, well, it's complex. You can't just open these files on a standard laptop and expect to easily find what you're looking for. And that is exactly where artificial intelligence steps in to save the day. Machine learning and techniques like principal component analysis act as the literal keys to unlocking this data. These algorithms perform what we call dimensionality reduction. Basically, they shrink the noise, strip away the redundant data, and isolate the actual chemical signal we care about. We use advanced spectral unmixing to figure out, say, what percentage of a single pixel is soil, what percentage is a leaf, and what percentage is water. AI is what finally tames the hypercube. Section 6. The Future. Omniscient Perception. We are rapidly approaching a world where hyperspectral sensors are miniaturized, embedded directly in our everyday devices, orbiting on thousands of satellites, and flying on autonomous drones, all of them continuously feeding data into real-time AI foundation models. We are quite literally learning to seamlessly see beyond visible light. So I leave you with this. When AI, autonomous drones, and hyperspectral vision merge to read the very chemistry of our world in real time, what invisible truths will be uncovered next? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious and keep looking deeper.